Hi there, this is Dr. Maria Heltz, microbiologist and herbalist with basmati.com. And this week, the plant I'm going to talk about is fennel. A lot of you may be familiar with fennel. Let me get some of the seed out so you can see it. And it's specifically the seed I'm referring to. You can get other parts of fennel in the grocery store. So here you go. You may recognize these from restaurants. Indian restaurants will often have a little bowl of fennel with some candies for breath freshening after you eat. They're really delicious. They have a sweet flavor. Some people call it a licoricey kind of flavor, but in reality, licorice doesn't really taste anything like fennel. It's just that fennel and other spices are often used as a flavoring for black licorice. And so, since I'm already talking about eating this for breath after a meal, let me talk a little bit about fennel's digestive properties. This is a great herb to support healthy digestion. It'll help reduce bloating. It'll help reduce digestive spasms and pain. It's even safe enough to use for colic in babies, so really useful there in the digestive tract. And since liver is also related to digestion, I should also mention that fennel has some liver protective activity. And while many people are familiar with using fennel for digestive support, a lot of people don't realize that fennel is actually really good for the liver, helping to protect it from chemical damage. And so one of my own common uses of fennel beyond digestion is for respiratory infection. And so it's one of my favorite herbs to put in antiviral blends to deal with cold and flu. And so, 90% or more of the time when you have a respiratory infection, it's viral in origin. So it's going to be either one of the flu viruses or one of the many, many different cold viruses. Now, of course, that infection can go bacterial. Once your system's down, you can be more susceptible to a bacterial infection. And people in assisted living circumstances and people that are immunocompromised may, in fact, develop a bacterial respiratory infection. But either way, fennel is useful because not only does it kill viruses, it can also kill bacteria. And so I really like it as a tea for cold and flu together with other herbs. And it can also be used as a liquid extract. So here you can't really read the label, but this is a fennel extract that I made in alcohol. And so just so you can see the color of it here as I pipette it. So there's the liquid fennel. Smells really good, very sweet, almost syrupy. And so, great addition to cold and flu. And it would work as a liquid extract like this in cold and flu, but I find that the tea works even better. Another really common use in my practice for fennel is actually for women who are dealing with hot flashes. And so fennel is known to have a variety of effects in the endocrine system. And this has more recently turned into one of my favorite herbs to include in hot flash formulas. And in that case, I'm often using it as a liquid extract. But again, it would work as a tea, and I would be willing to bet that it would probably work maybe just eating it. But I like the liquid extract because it's pretty strong and concentrated. And again, I'll have it mixed in with other herbs for that. But it seems to be really useful in helping with cutting down on the number and the intensity of hot flashes. The other thing that fennel is used for with respect to the reproductive system is as a galactagogue, and that's a fancy word meaning something that stimulates milk production. So this is a really good herb to help women who are making insufficient levels of breast milk improve their milk flow. And so it's a really safe herb, and since it helps with colic in babies, even if a little bit of the herb is being passed to the baby in the breast milk, that's fine. And in fact, that's actually a great way to use herbs that are appropriate to use in an infant. And so it seems like that these hormonal effects of fennel are happening due to effects in the brain, and so in the pituitary gland in the brain. And for those of you who are nerds like I am, these effects seem to be mediated through dopamine-related pathways. Let's see, what else do I like this for? Mood. So here's something a lot of people don't know about fennel. It can actually be really good for low-level chronic anxiety. And so just eating some fennel seeds throughout the day, maybe drinking some fennel tea, using the liquid extract can help support people that are stressed out. Now, is it a standalone remedy? No, of course not. For any issue, you want to take multiple approaches, but this could be a good adjunct therapy for people that are dealing with anxiety, for people that are dealing with levels of tension. And so what's in it? Well, the research that's been done so far shows the seeds are actually quite nutritious. They're fairly high in calcium. They are rich in beneficial flavonoids, and I'm mentioning that because that's kind of a hot topic right now, and other beneficial polyphenols, and they're just a number of these big molecules that have a wide variety of actions in the body, reducing free radical load, reducing inflammation, other great effects. The seeds, as are many seeds, are rich in various nutritious beneficial fatty acids as well. So they can be a great addition and a safe addition to the diet, and very strongly medicinal. And so I don't feel like fennel seeds really get the respect they deserve. They are, uh, one of the herbs I would pick if my apothecary were limited to maybe 10 plants. Fennel would definitely be on my shelf as one of those 10 plants. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up and wish everybody health, good health, a happy, prosperous new year. And I will see you in a week, or you'll see me. Take care.